Welcome to Goddess Talk. We are back after 2 weeks off. How's everybody doing? Wow. It's so weird to hear myself again. When you take a break, I break. Okay, so I am back. This is Balaji. This is Goddess Talk. How are y'all doing? Hey, to my friends on Instagram, to my friends on Facebook. I have a wonderful guest today. We have Miss Djenee Dunn of, what's the company's name again?
Prymel Elements.
Prymel Elements.
Yes.
So Djenee and I really just met this week. And yeah, we met on Tuesday because I was invited by my financial advisor, Jasmine.
Shout out to my financial advisor.
Yes, yeah. You see, look at us, out here making some financial decisions.
Yes.
But Jasmine Butler of Edward Jones, she's great. So she invited us to this event she was sponsoring. Mm-hmm. And we just happened to just meet up, and she introduced us, and then that was it. The rest of the night we was eating, yep. And enjoying some other things, alcoholic beverages, yep. A little bit. But we just kind of kicked it off, and so I just happened to have a free week because I'm actually booked till July for my show. And so I asked you, like, hey, do you want to be on my show? And he was like, yeah. I was like, all right, cool. Send me the information, and here you are.
Here we are.
So Djenee, tell us, just give us a little background about who you are, where you're from, and we'll just go from there.
All right, awesome. Good night, everybody. Again, my name is Djenee. I am originally from St. Croix, the Virgin Islands. I moved to Tampa in 2009 for school. I went to UT, graduated with a bachelor's.
What is UT?
University of Tampa.
Okay,
sorry. Yep.
I didn't know that
University of Tampa.
Okay.
Graduated with a scholarship.
Sorry.
Definitely scholarship.
Okay.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Graduated with a bachelor's advertising and public relations.
Okay.
And just kind of decided to stay here.
Okay.
I was working for a PR company here for a while, and then I went to work for an IT company in Sarasota, and then I really realized that I just could not do the sit in the office thing all day. Mm-hmm. So I knew what I wanted to do, and I knew I wanted to work for myself and work from home, and so I started my own business. The business I started was called D-Tamu.
D-Tamu.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So it's D for Djenee, and then Tamu, which is my middle name, which is sweet in Swahili.
Okay.
So the whole concept was creating something sweet for your brand.
Ooh.
Yep.
Drop the name again.
Yes.
I like that.
D-Tamu.
She just D-Tamu. Okay, y'all. Is D-Tamu still up and running?
So right now, I'm in the process of merging D-Tamu with Prymel Elements.
Okay.
So my soon-to-be business partner, I call her my business bestie. Her name is Allison. We are literally like in the middle of merging our companies together.
Okay.
Allison and I met about 2 years ago at Tampa Bay Startup Week. And we bonded over food and Beyonce, which are two very important things in anybody's life.
Food, I can say, yeah, for sure. Food, I do like Beyonce. I just want to let y'all know, so don't come for me.
Don't come after you.
Don't come for me. But, I do love Beyonce.
Yes.
Beyonce.
Yes,
all right.
yes.
So food and Beyonce is how we did.
And we started working on a few things together, tried to put a few, different ideas and stuff together, and eventually we're just like, we literally do the exact same thing for brand development and marketing, and we were just like, let's just do it. Let's make more jobs. Yeah. Let's get more projects. Let's bring more people on our team, and so here we are in the middle of a merge.
And that's dope because I was talking to someone recently about mergers because people don't think about what a merger truly is. It's two entities. We're talking about relationships. And I said basically like a relationship should be considered almost like a business transaction at times because it is a merger between two entities, you and your partner, creating a bigger entity that, for your dynasty, your empire as a, as a group, as a core. And then, your children will be part of the team and just going on for that, but it's great to see the fact that two women, were able to set aside egos because everybody swear women can't work together, but to come together and to actually like, all right, let's make this a bigger situation. Yeah. That's dope. So now tell us, what is Prymel Elements? What is that about?
So Prymel Elements is about creating a really strong vision for your brand. So it's about starting from the ground and building up. We want to go to the core of what brand development is, letting our clients know it's not just a logo, it's not just a website, it's really determining what emotions you want your business to evoke when people see it. You know, what is it going to take to make your business have longevity, to make it a well-known brand? Like, you know, like a Nike or like a, you know, Coca-Cola. What is it going to take for you to get to that point? And so that's how we work with our clients. We start really just from the bottom and help them build through strategy, research, and then kind of moving into some of those other elements like the graphics and, you know, the content development and things like that. So yeah, that's what we do. You know, it's really just about getting down to the nitty gritty of what your brand is.
Okay, so now when should someone approach you guys to begin working with you?
So if you've ever said to yourself, I need a website, that's when you come to us.
Okay. So you can start from the beginning with you guys.
Because we want to start from the beginning. So a lot of people think, okay, I have this business idea and, I need a logo, I need a website. And you don't really think, you know, what needs to happen before that. So you say, I need a website. Okay, come to us and we'll show you, okay, this is where we really need to start. We need to know what your brand mood is. You know, what colors are we using? What words are we using? What's the message that we want to get across? You know, what platform we want to be on, which platforms are necessary for you to be on. You know, all those things are taken into consideration. So we kind of start with an audit of sorts or a questionnaire, something like that, and really just kind of get an idea of where you want to go. A lot of the times, people who are starting businesses want it to be very personal, and that's understandable. You know, you're starting something from the ground up. It's your baby. You want it to be a part of you. But we often forget that business isn't about you. It's about who you're serving, right? So
very true.
So if you say, hey, I want my logo to be pink, but your audience may not really relate to pink, or pink just does not relate to what your service is at all, we're going to take that into consideration and be like, that's not it. Like,
because you're saying something that's very important for me personally, because I am in the space of rebranding. And most people who do follow me know my company Afro Organics, which is, you know, for Black-owned businesses and everything. But, you know, whenever I want to print certain things, I'm having difficulty with the printers. Or the fact that, you know what, some people are misconstruing what the logo looks like for a hair product. I'm like, I'm not a hair product. But it's like when I break down why I got to the visual that I did, there was like, love the concept, but it's like we want to make it more linear so that it can be just a little bit more expansive.
Right.
So that's where I'm in the space now of rebranding my Afro Organics, you know, and that's a great space to be in because a lot of people, you know, they get stuck in that one, like, okay, this is what I want. And I was there. I really was.
I was there too.
I was fighting.
When I first started my business, I was still learning, you know, even on my own about what branding was. And I had to come to the realization that my original concept just was not the right thing for the company. So in year 2, I decided to rebrand, and that really put me in a better position to be able to take on better quality clients, I'll say, you know, and really just kind of put my company out there in a better light and have a better perception of who we were and what we were doing. So there, you know, people definitely come to us for the rebranding process. And then, you know, the great thing about having a company that is building your brand from the ground up is that when it's time for you to come back and do things, you know somebody who already has your brand's best interests at heart, you know? So, you know, you come back to us to do graphics or you come back to us to do another project, and we already have all those guidelines in place. You know, we already know what emotions we're trying to evoke with the pieces that we develop. So, you know, you're not searching around for somebody to piece together different parts of your brand and try to make it cohesive.
That's dope, because one thing you keep mentioning is the emotion of the brand, right? So just how did you feel like that was something that you need to make part of your presentation of what you guys do? why is emotion so important? Because, yeah, we know, okay, Coca-Cola, red and white. Okay, that's what I can think of. Adidas is black and white for the most part. So why emotion specifically?
So people base a lot of their purchases or who they work with off of how they feel, you know, especially women. So women make, you know, the majority of women are household decision makers as far as what purchases are going to be made, whether it's a brand or a service or something like that. The woman is usually the one in the household making that decision, and we tend to be more emotional about the things that we are choosing, and that's great because that's why we exist, right?
Yeah, but then on the other side, when as a woman who's trying to purchase, you don't always want to buy stuff, but then it's like, oh my gosh, that would look so good in the house. Really so as a marketer, yeah, it's great for you, but sometimes, you know, it might not be great for somebody else's pocket.
That's why you gotta stay at Target, right?
Yeah, I do not go on Target.
Yeah, it's a...
I do not. I literally do not go shop. I hate shopping because I'm a serial shopper. Let me not say this. I do not like to physically shop, like, so going walking around, I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
But I'm an online shopper. So if I see something, most people who do know me knows, like, oh, I saw that. Like, yeah, I just have to have it.
Yeah.
And I'll just buy it.
That's me.
Right? And I'm not really good at returning stuff either. Like,
so,
I'm like, it doesn't fit. Okay, I'll go give it to somebody else.
I am a, like, 3 o'clock in the morning scrolling through Facebook, like purchasing things from ads.
Yeah.
That makes no sense.
So I see this thing, because you just mentioned Facebook with the whole ad situation. Every couple of months, it will just be a whole barrage of ads just coming at me. And I'm the person who does meticulously go, ignore, irrelevant, stop sending, stop showing me stuff. And then now as a marketing and branding person, what is this algorithm where we were talking about something, all of a sudden we see it on our screen? Yeah. We know they're listening.
They're definitely listening.
We know they're listening, but
they're definitely listening.
Have you figured out how to do that?
No. Okay. So, you know, I'm a firm believer that the Facebook is, you know, I'm very confident. Don't quote me, you know, but I'm very confident that Facebook, you know, definitely sells our information to who we are. But, you know, every time we log into something, it gives us the option to say, do you want to log in with Facebook, your Gmail, or, you know, whatever platform, or your email or whatever. So they're always capturing some sort of information from us that has all these little breadcrumbs leading back to something that you purchased before, to something that you've looked at. It's always there, and we give these apps permission to store our information on a regular basis. We stay logged into these apps. You know, how many times do you really log out of Facebook?
I can't remember.
Yeah.
I
actually pretty much always log out of Facebook, but it doesn't matter because I'm logged into things everywhere else. You know,
it's still on your laptop, probably.
Still on my laptop.
Forgot that.
You know,
I got
it's not
3
just
phones.
my phone.
It's all logged in every phone. You want to take our first break? No, we good? Yeah.
So, you know, it's just one of those things, kind of like, you know, you either deal with it or you don't. There's really no getting around it now, and sometimes it's very useful. You know. I don't know if you remember, a while back there was this app going around. It was maybe like a few months ago, and it was the app that allowed you to change your face. Like,
I don't do any
older.
of those. I don't use any of those.
Okay, so there was this whole.
See, I take real good care not to do certain things. Like, I don't put my fingerprint in certain things. When they first brought out the fingerprinting on the phone, you know, younger me was real into the whole tech stuff. But then as I got older and started learning certain things, I was like, yo, they're literally taking my identity. You know what I'm saying? And so I wiped all my stuff. Of course, it's probably still there. You know what I'm saying? On some cloud or something. But, you know, I do not, even on my phone, you know how people do like the stuff with the hearts and all that. I do not do any of those facial recognition stuff. I refuse to do so. And to this day, I don't believe that they really have done it. But I know on Facebook, if you have a picture several times, it will know and it will readily identify you.
And it'll identify your friends.
Yes.
If they're in the picture with you.
Even people who are not on Facebook anymore. Even on people who are not on Facebook anymore, it will say like, ugh.
There's a very, very limited way to get around it. And like I said, you know, on some ends it's very helpful, especially when you have...
We're about to take our first break. Okay, y'all. We are back, and it feels good to be back. I gotta talk. All right. If you guys want to call in, 813-444-9588. Join in on the conversation. We have Djenee here, and we'll see you soon. How you feel?
Yay!
See, it's not. I just be chilling, just talking, chit chat. Hey y'all, we're taking our first break. Hey Evelyn, what's up, guys? Azaria, thank you for tuning in. If you guys have any questions, branding or marketing questions, please drop it in the comments.
Or any other questions. Literally at all about anything.
We're just chilling here. Y'all know how it is with Goddess Talk. I just talk. That's the whole reason why I started Goddess Talk, because everybody's like, oh, you're really doing this. I was like, yo, I just really have regular conversations with people.
Yeah.
And I feel like, why can't we have these real conversations?
Yeah. I mean, we just met.
We did.
We literally talked about every single thing you could possibly think about.
And I was just like, oh, I could do that. So, because one of my guests last month, she's a doula. Mm-hmm. And so I want to talk about the whole birthing experience. I'm not, I don't have kids or anything, but I was just like, I've researched so long, and our original, ancestors, they used to give birth standing up, or at least, in an upright position. It wasn't the whole situation. So a lot of my guests were like, or viewers were like, what? Yeah. Are you serious? And so the kind of commentary that we got, but the funny thing, my dad logged in and he heard it. And he was like, yeah, absolutely. That's what, he's like, I really am happy. The one with,
how long ago was it?
Like it might have been 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks maybe. Yeah.
I want to get that.
Yeah, no, but it was really dope as far as, talking about that, talking about the whole situation of what our ancestors. So she's going to come back actually in a couple months.
Yeah, I mean, birthing, the birthing experience, and I had 2 clients that were doulas.
Yeah.
And so just hearing them talk about how the birthing experience is supposed to be enjoyable.
Yes.
And then also knowing on the flip side how many Black women are dying or just having all these extra problems giving birth in hospitals.
Yes.
It's important to have those conversations.
Yeah.
And
because the thing is, for us, I feel like we don't really get those conversations on our day to day. We're back. This is Goddess Talk. It's great to be back. If you guys want to join in on the conversation, we're talking about a lot of different things with Djenee Dunn of
Prymel Elements.
Prymel Elements. All right, say it again.
Prymel Elements.
Prymel Elements. Lord help me. Look, it's been a good almost 3 weeks for me since I've been here. But we had the holidays. One thing I do want to make sure people do understand, this is not the new year. This is a solstice change. This is a seasonal change. But the actual new year is in springtime. It is spring. The reason I know is because I am a spring baby. And if you look up, historically who Ishtar or Ostara, that whole situation, we don't celebrate. Because the time right now is usually a death time. And death you shouldn't take as, somebody dying. What's happening, the trees are changing and kind of dying. They're going through a hibernation phase, you know what I'm saying? So this is not new, because what is newness? What is freshness? What is life? That is spring, because everything all of a sudden springs out, so that's what we should be celebrating. So I didn't necessarily celebrate New Year. I'm celebrating the solstice, bless you, or, whichever way.
I'll take it.
But I didn't necessarily celebrate that, but I always, each quarter, it's a new solstice. Okay. And so, the moon goes through, the moon goes through different phases. I'm a moon and a sun child. You can see me outside just soaking it. I was actually soaking in the sun today. But I was born in between the time of the sun rising and the moon setting. Okay. So I'm literally, I could just pull all that energy. But, so happy new solstice to everybody. Not happy new year. But, just to let y'all know a little tidbit about that. So, Djenee.
Yes.
We just met.
Yep.
And we was just chit-chatting over food because I was hungry.
It's
I had
another
eaten all day.
Experience over food.
Yes, because food, look, I was about to actually post this. I have a bad habit of not eating all day.
Yeah.
Because when you work from home, I wake up whenever I wake up and I'm just on go. I'm doing stuff. So I might not eat until all of a sudden it's like 6 o'clock.
Yeah,
oh, shoot. And then it's the hangry Balaji shows up and I'm like, oh, God, where's the food? So, you guys do also, you were talking about during the break, the kind of different branding you've done. Mm-hmm. I'm talking about the emotion of things. So delve into that a little bit because we're talking about, doulas.
Yeah.
during the break. So actually, let me take a time to respond to some of the comments. So 5 and 7 building peace said, I love the energy on this conversation.
Yay.
Are you guys going to answer the questions? Everyone in the spirit does. What's the question that you got? I don't see any questions. I just see more so everybody waving or showing up. But if you have a question, go ahead and drop it. What's the question you got? 5 and 7 building peace. But the question of what? Life? Ooh. Look, we can talk about law of attraction. Oh, you didn't ask one yet. Go ahead and drop one. We'll answer it for you, okay? So thank you for tuning in to Goddess Talk, though. So we do have a caller in. This is Goddess Talk. Who is on the line? No?
Give the caller number.
Give the caller number. Oh. See, this is why I tell people don't speak to me when I have the headphones on, because I can't read lips like that. I'm like, what? So if you guys want to call in, if you want to ask a question, 813-444-9588 for In Touch News, Black-owned radio station here in Tampa Bay, Florida. All right. So.
Yes.
I forgot my question because he told me to give them a number. So, emotion.
Yeah.
All right, we're talking about doulas. We're just talking about different conversations. And a couple guests ago, or a couple weeks ago, my guest was Rakia. She's a doula. And we were talking about what the birthing experience really should be for us as original women and what our ancestors went through.
What's a doula?
A doula is somebody who helps you during the birthing process. Okay. So they don't actually physically... so doula is the one who helps with your comfort level, who helps you maybe with appointments, but they are really just assisting you during your birthing experience.
Yeah.
I would let her really talk about it some more, but she was very, very informative. I will have a doula, but she is actually going to be working to become a midwife. A midwife can actually help you through that birthing part where you can catch the baby, because I believe the midwife will be, number one, medically certified to, do any kind of medical intervention if anything should need to happen. But, she was talking about the birthing centers that are out there. My friend Sam, she was here a couple weeks ago. She just had a baby. So her baby is going to be 6 months. I believe she's already 6 months. Miss Nova. Nova. That's my little baby.
I like that.
Yeah, name. No. Nova is, she's something. But Nova Fearless, that's her name.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah, it was so dope. But she was here. So I had her and Nova here just to talk about what is it, you know what I'm saying? Because now we're getting to a certain age. I was like, look, I want to know a little bit more. Yeah. And I feel like, our ancestors did such a great job teaching us certain things and coaching us through certain things. But since we've kind of become westernized, we've lost so much. Yeah. So it's like I'm in the space of really going back, which is Sankofa for the Ghanaians or for people from Ghana. Not Guyana, Ghanaians are from Ghana, sorry. But Sankofa, which is return, and so the name of, and that was it, and I missed it. Damn it. I wasn't there, but
my parents are going this year.
Yeah, I'm going to go this year. But her birthing center that she's opening up, she's opened up her company, is called Sankofa. Nice. So it's really dope, going back to just the emotion of what our birthing experience. Because you mentioned the higher deaths that us as Black women are having through birthing. So talk about that when it comes to branding, for your clients.
So, back to the whole emotion thing, and I'll use, a few of I had 2 doulas as clients, so I'll use them as examples and kind of how we try to evoke that sense of peacefulness, that you should be able to experience when you're giving birth. And I haven't, I haven't given birth. I don't have any children, but, I've seen, I've been in the birthing room when my friends have given birth and my sister has given birth. And I just, taking into account the different things that I see going on. And to me, it just kind of felt like a rushed thing, and working with my doula clients, both of them, and they were literally like years apart from me working with them, and they both had the same idea of making this a very peaceful and a very enjoyable experience for the mother and for the baby.
And other people who may decide
and everybody
to see
else who's
because I might see it and then refer my friend to it because I love that logo
Right.
or the experience that they're evoking. Okay, cool.
Yep. So, I mean, down to colors, you know, nice, soft yellows or soft blues or purples. Those are types of colors that we want to see when we're thinking, you know, birth and calming, relaxing experiences. Because when you think hospital, we see reds, we see yellows, we see oranges. It's very bright and it's very alarming. And that's what we don't want. So you know, colors is a big thing in brand development, and knowing the right color to think. Because even things like, say you're opening a yoga studio, red is probably not going to be the right color for a yoga studio because, like, again, it's emergency. It's, you know, rush. It's bright. It's not a very calming color. There might be a tone of red or a shade of red that we can use, but that very bright red, like the microphone. That's probably not going to be.
And this is my mic because I am an Aries and Taurus, and I do love red. You know,
and that's fine.
it.
But you know, on some ends, it's a very vibrant. It's a very vibrant thing,
depending on
what it's for. But it also could be evoking hunger. So Wendy's, McDonald's, they always use reds and yellows, right?
Yeah.
So you pass by and you wow, damn, I'm hungry.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Okay. But you mentioned something. I'm gonna get into the. I'm gonna get to your questions in a second, 5 and 7. All right, because he has some great she. I'm sorry. Whoever you are, I've never spoken to you before, even in my comments, but great meeting you.
Yes.
But I'll get back to your questions in a second. But you mentioned something about, dang it, and I literally forgot. We were talking about just the whole birthing experience, right? Oh, you were talking about the bright colors of the hospital, but that goes back to what we need. We need calm.
Yes.
When you're going through the birthing experience, you don't want to have a child in a harsh lighting, and that's what happens when the child comes out. They're just
that's the first thing they see.
And then bright lights.
There's
you know what I'm saying?
Beeping everywhere. And there's noise. And there's people yelling and crying and shouting.
And so that's why these doulas and these birthing centers are really trying to make your birthing experience as calm as possible.
And then
I want to have a water birth, a home birth.
Oh, me too.
You know what I'm saying? And I want it nice and dark. Well, I won't say dark, but I want it lit with lights. I already know what chakra candles from Blue Sage I'm gonna have there. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm really serious about this. But that is very important because during that time, you know, you want to, because going back to the colors, you were talking about, you know, soft blues and pinks and yellows, but that still goes back to springtime because what is happening is flourishing. That's birth. That's life. Those are soft colors that evoke those things. So you want to be surrounded with those.
Right.
But now down to these questions.
Yes.
You had a question, Mr. Darrell? Or comment?
I do.
What's up, DJ CEO?
Well, my wife and I had 5 children.
Oh,
so,
gosh.
I'm sorry, not 5, 4.
Ooh.
Okay.
How you just have an extra? You can't just
He claimed an extra one.
I did.
Tampa Bay Tammy, what's up?
She probably calling me right now.
Tampa Bay Tammy, what's up? What is going on? Who is this 5th child that you talking about? She's like, not a second. She's like, not a 5th one came out of here. What's up?
What I want to ask you about is, my wife had natural childbirth. How does that fit into what?
No, that's part of it because a lot of people do not want to have, you know, intervention, right? But if there's a medical situation that, you know, you can still have a breech baby naturally.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That doesn't stop things. But the thing is, you know, the doula is there to, you know, if anything is going wrong, to help you through it and call medical emergency if you have to.
And a lot of times now, doctors, you know, they're sometimes they're paid by the hour, but sometimes they're paid by the procedure, and then insurance and all this stuff. So they're opting to go straight for cesarean
because people don't have
instead of natural, and they get something more out of that. And
it's very monetized now.
They're switching you out of the room as soon as possible. You go home and you have, you know, you're getting exposed to all these additional diseases and
your sac, your afterbirth. I was like, I want to keep mine because you should actually keep that because your child needs those nutrients. That's their life source when they're coming out of your body. But what I was talking to Rakia about was the fact that, I want to keep it. She was like, you actually can because they were making it seem. Yes, but no, I wasn't going to eat it because that's another thing. Like, I'm not eating it and I don't want to do all that. But the thing is, keep it on the child so you will carry it almost with the child until it falls off naturally. You know when they have you clip off the umbilical cord and you have to wait for it to fall off naturally? That's the same thing. That is their life source. So all those nutrients, what are they doing now? They're taking those and all those STEM researches and stuff. They're taking our stuff. But now she was talking about how, I think within 2 hours somebody has to come to pick it up if you're going to have it at a facility or a hospital,
The
that
doula
to sign
can
it
help
off.
with that.
Yes.
There's some doulas that are
Yes.
certified.
It was so
to help with
informative
that.
having her here. So I want to have her back so we
Yeah.
can explore that some more.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So let me get to these questions from 5 and 7 building peace. All right. What is your feeling about the law of attraction?
Ooh.
I love that question because I've been talking about that so much recently.
Ooh.
I'm excited. So you answer first. I'm
Okay,
gonna give you the
so-
option.
Are we talking strictly
Everything.
romance or
No.
just in general?
I'll probably come from I'm coming from a space of just pure bliss and happiness
Yeah.
about attracting everything that I truly need
Okay.
and want and speaking it out because
Yeah.
everything we're as a people we are all about oration, what you speak.
Mm-hmm.
The words have vibrations and go with that.
Mm-hmm.
So if I say I want peace and I do not allow anybody around me, in my home, in any place that is not peaceful, literally I'm telling you those people don't exist in my life
Yeah.
anymore. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Though even if they do like for work or whatever, I will create space when I have to deal with you, but you're not going to manifest yourself in my regular space. You know what I'm saying? Dang, I got a break already. We'll be back with all these questions and answers, but this is Goddess Talk, In Touch News, 813-444-9588. We'll be back.
Yeah.
See how quickly that thing be going? All right, so I want to answer your
Where
questions
is-
on air, though. He had a couple questions.
Oh, he
I
got all the
love
questions.
this. Yo, we about to answer all
You
these
write
questions.
these down.
Yo, this is so dope. Yeah, 5 and 7 building peace. I need to see who this person is. If you're a business owner, make sure you tag Afro-Organic so I could post your stuff. I do that all day, every day. So law of attraction. We're gonna come back to that law of attraction question. All right, no questions over here. See?
I want to know. He's saying the
Come to,
reason is I can
what's
feel.
his name? Show.
Who?
He's got a law of attraction show on Saturdays.
Who?
Here. Gosh, can you call his name?
Is it one of the Andres?
No.
Cause I was just recently introduced to the Andres.
Are there a lot of Andres?
No, really, it's like 3 Andres, a father, son, and I guess a third
Wait,
person.
what's their last name?
Yeah.
Yes, I know them.
Yeah,
or
yeah,
I've worked with them.
The funny thing is, a friend of mine had been telling me about them, and I was like, I don't know who these people are, and not realizing that they work here as well,
Oh,
right?
wow.
So because I always ask random questions on my Facebook because I want to like just pull stuff from people. I was like, yo, I want somebody who is an expert on metaphysics and
That's
astrology.
Andre Senior. It's Andre Senior.
So, but this is the
telling you
thing.
that.
But I didn't know that.
He good.
So, some lady, her name is Anna. I had just met her
Yeah.
recently too, but
Yeah.
didn't click who she was. So she just commented and she just tagged all these people. So me just following through, I just send messages to everybody, and then later on, it was a Saturday. I was enjoying myself. I didn't realize who I was talking to.
Wow.
Hey y'all, this is Goddess Talk with Balaji. We are back. Oh my gosh, we're feeling great energy today,
Yes,
y'all.
I like it.
So we have a lot of good questions coming through. I just want to stop a second and shout out our wonderful guest, Miss Djenee Dunn.
Hello.
And what's the name of your company again?
Prymel Elements.
Prymel Elements.
Yes.
And Djenee is working in branding, marketing, all things for you, your brand. She can help you get that together.
Yep.
All right, now to these questions. Law of attraction. What is your take on law of
Okay,
attraction?
so I used to. Okay, so my parents didn't grow us up in church or anything like that. They were very open about, just kind of letting us decide what we wanted to do. When I moved up here, I started going to church with my roommate, and then I kind of just kept kind of going. And as I got older, I started really understanding the difference between religion and spirituality and how those things really affect your day to day, right? So within the last 5 years or so, I stopped going to church for multiple reasons. Some very typical, some very typical to what we hear. A lot of reasons for people going. I mean, just the very typical. We know. Okay.
Yeah.
And I really started focusing on spirituality and also just minding my business.
Can I get a clap, Mr. Darrow? I tell people this. My mom, the one saying that she had growing up that I remember, MYOB, mind your own business.
Mind your business.
You see what I'm saying? And
listen,
last month,
let people do what they want to do. Let
child.
people live how they want to live their life. Like, if it does not affect me personally,
it ain't got nothing to do with me.
It has nothing to do with me.
Look.
So, you know, I really had to come out of that stage, and it really has a lot to do with growth, but, you know, I really had to come out of that stage and really understand, like, wow, I was really judgmental about, you know, about people in same-sex relationships and people who were, you know, this and who were that, and, you know, now I'm just kind of like, all right, yes, let's be friends, let's do what we need to do, let's
I'm looking
work
at
together.
you as a person.
Like,
your soul is what attracts
like
or detracts.
we have other things we can be doing,
yes,
you know, than minding everybody else's business. And so that's where I am now, and
I love it.
That's where, you know, my attraction comes to people who like to let other people do what they want to do and mind their business.
Yo. I would recommend that you find the book Secrets. I haven't finished it yet, but I do understand it's a great book for law of attraction. On Netflix, if you want to watch, they do have almost like a docuseries on it, or a documentary on it specifically. But the law of attraction, for me, I had a similar situation. I grew up in the church heavy, and I'm Nigerian, so it was real heavy. But after a couple of years, I was like, I can't do this anymore. And I really sat my parents down and had the conversation. Those who may know my parents, you know, my you know, there was a little bit of, you know, back and forth, but I think what they finally accepted, my dad especially, and my mom finally came around too, was the fact that I really truly want to be a good person.
Right.
And that had nothing to do with what was going on in there.
Yep.
I truly didn't want any drama.
Yep.
And I have been blessed with gifts of seeing things and dreaming things and knowing different things and messages and stuff. And so it was like, I was not in the church. I was the one seeing certain things and telling my parents, like, look, I don't want this happening no more. I don't want you going here. I don't want you dealing with this person. And it was like, you know, people, when you tell them messages, it's like, what? Oh, you being extra. But I was like serious about it, and it happened. It came to fruition. So law of attraction for me is the fact that protection is something I put for everybody. Yeah. Anybody who's connected to me and any extension of them, like literally the new year or whatever, I always go to the water. Every quarter, I always make sure I go to the water. Any day I feel like I need to go to the beach, I go to the beach. Period. If I wake up, all right, I just put on my swimsuit and I go. And at the water, I'll just literally be meditating or praying, however you want to call it, because prayer is a meditation. You know, and it's just like, what do I want? And it's like, I want peace, I want joy, I want happiness, not just for myself, but for everyone who's connected to me. And further, I want protection. You know, I want abundance. That was the biggest thing for me. But the message for me recently, I think within the past quarter, was mind your own business. And it wasn't about, you know, being nosy or something. It was literally minding mine. Minding the fact that, minding my health, minding my peace, minding my everything, and just pouring into me. So those who probably have known me never saw me really post a lot of stuff, but it was just like, you know what, now I'm actually going to do me. And that, regardless of who, you know, not saying it hurts, but I can't live for your happiness anymore. You know what I'm saying?
And,
like,
you know, back to the, you know, the whole emotion thing and women and, you know, driving a lot of our things off of emotion. You know, we get so caught up in trying to be for everybody else that we forget to be for ourselves. So, you know, we're backing people up, and especially black women. Like, we behind black men 100%. We behind white women 100%. You know what I mean?
So
like,
stop being behind these white women. I'm going to say that. I'm going to say that for me, because we need to be behind us. Like, when we talk about us, I don't want to hear about anybody else. I want to hear about us. And I go hard for our guys. Those who know me know I go hard. You know, but I go hard for us as well. I don't want to hear anybody disparaging our men, especially publicly. Don't do that, especially not around me. I'm going to check your ass. But, you know, let's go back to this next situation. All right, 5 and 7 blessings. I hope we did answer your question about law of attraction. How do you feel it is truly accomplished? I feel like just speaking your intentions out there. The reason I use the word feel is because I have noticed that you can feel attraction. Absolutely. Did you know Sankofa is an action? Sankofa is definitely an action. I don't have my other phone available to me, but Sankofa, again, returning. I had on my nails. My nails are kind of broken right now, so I'm going to let y'all. But I did have Sankofa on my nails, and I had the other Indikra symbols on my hands as well. but it is an action going back
Yeah.
physically, and it's like mentally, emotionally going back and returning to yourself. You know, leaving the church is nothing wrong with it. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes, guess what? You have to leave in order to possibly come back.
Yeah.
But then sometimes you have to leave because there might be more for you to do outside of that.
Yeah,
outside that
and
space.
you know, that's such a big part of, I believe, of being a quote unquote good Christian. Is the work that's happening outside of church. You know, being in these
real
walls
work
is not enough.
Yes.
It's not enough.
Yes.
Like, you're not taking care of the people who need it. Yes, you get all these people who come in and sit down on a Sunday, and then they go home, and you don't see them again till Wednesday.
Yeah.
You don't see them again till the next Sunday. But the people who are outside in the world are the ones who need you to come out to them.
The guidance that is really needed, all right? So the real true counseling that people need, most of them are not getting.
Right.
All right?
Yeah, it's always, just pray about it, or just here's
Look,
the scripture.
when you're dealing with mental health,
we
or
need
you're
help.
dealing with physical abuse, or you're
Yeah.
dealing with sexual stuff, like, there's the space that is supposed to be there is supposed to be the church.
Yeah.
All right? Because the church is supposed to be the body of Christ.
Right.
I could quote some things for y'all, okay? I did grow up there.
Yeah.
But what I found is that there's more outside.
Yeah.
Meaning that, you know, what is your mission? And you can do
And
that
the
and
mission-
still be part of the church, but you can really expand out of there. It's
Right.
not just...
Can I ask,
What's up?
what is Sankofa? Because I don't know.
Sankofa, all right, is a word that originates from Ghana, all right? So Ghana, Nigeria, the West Africa, Benin, all of the continent, okay, of what we call Africa, originally was by Dr. Ben Jahakanen. Dr. Ben found that the original name of Africa was Alkebulan, okay?
Okay.
But,
Which means
well, just
that
the
was
entity of what it is, you know what I'm saying?
Alkebulan.
Alkebulan, if you want to look at it.
Okay.
I can't quote the definition of it right now, but just think about what the richness, the expansion, and what it is. Original, that's the original body, okay? If you want to say that you know, Pangea and all those things, you know, that's another topic. But Sankofa originates from that West African area,
Okay.
especially in Ghana, okay? And it means to return, take back, okay? Or to go forth, go back and get.
So I heard you all talk about
Yeah.
going back.
Yeah. So there was a whole situation
The year
during
of the return.
the year of the return was where a lot of our people, black people from across the globe, went back to Africa during the Christmas through New Year's season. So it was the year of return. So you had a lot of people. Apparently it made like $11 billion worth or more
Right.
from travel, expenses,
they
and
went-
everything.
They just went to a country in
No, they went to
Ghana.
they went to Ghana and Nigeria. It was between the two
Wow.
of them actually. So that was the year of the return.
Which
This
was
year,
this past
2019.
2019.
Yes. So I have a cousin who's a travel. He has Jet Black Travels. Shout out to Alex. He also owns Rousseau Docteur. But he had a great situation where he took a group of people and he does this. And so now I know they're planning for the next year. My best friend, Sam, she went through another company or another group. And so they were all there. Everybody was in Ghana and Nigeria during the year of return. Yes.
I saw so many people speaking on how just powerful it was for them being there and how they were ready to come back, pack up, and move.
No, because apparently Ghana has been given passports and citizenship to people. They've been doing this for years. They've been welcoming people back. And, you know, there is the story of, you know, our ancestors from Africa sold our brothers and sisters across, you know, and there's still a lot of back and forth about that. But Ghana was like, you know what? We want you come home. You know what I'm saying? So come home. And so they were offering passports, land, and different things for anybody who decided they want to just get out of wherever they were and go home. They had the opportunity to do so. So, but let's go to this next thing. But that's Sankofa, okay? Forgive my... What type of breathing do you encourage during birth? I'm not a mother. I haven't gone through the birthing experience, but breathing is a very important thing in general, outside of just birthing.
Outside of me ignoring every time my Apple Watch tells me to breathe.
Yeah, no, for real. But breathing exercises. Okay, so I've been learning about Tantra. And Tantra could be used, either sexually or just in relation to other people. But breathing is very important for me because for me, I am very high energy. I'm an Aries into Taurus. I'm literally going at 1,000 at a time. And breathing through stuff, flowing through stuff. Yeah. Realizing when certain things make because your body is made of how much water? You know what I'm saying? People don't realize that the moon affects the ocean. So what makes you think that it doesn't affect you physically? Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
My mom,
the sun, all that.
I'm a Virgo. Yeah. My mom's a Virgo. My dad's a Virgo. My sister's an Aquarius.
Yes.
So
all your air signs.
So
yeah.
But my mom and I are very just like the top, high strung, just like depending super on your placement, anxious, And my dad is very just chill, right? But it was always my mom who told me, just breathe.
Yeah.
Because I would just be so anxious about stuff.
I stopped breathing.
Go, and you forget to breathe. And I remember the first time that really affected me, it's a very random time, but I was getting my first tattoo.
Yeah. Did you pass out?
I didn't pass out, but at some point I was like, oh.
Yeah.
I was not breathing. Yeah. Like, I was literally just like, just tense. You tense for no reason. Up. Instead of just relaxing and letting it happen. Like, you in here now. You're not just going to walk out with half a tattoo on, right?
So we're going to breathe through this next break. All right. If y'all want to call in to be part of the conversation, 813-444-9588. This is Goddess Talk on In Touch News. We'll be back. That's dope. Oshun, you better tell them. Yo, we'll talk about that.
Huh?
You know who Oshun is? Oh, he got a lot of things. I'm going to have to answer these questions off air. All right, let me answer some of these questions before we get back. So Oshun is one of the Orishas, African Orishas. I do know all about her. If you had seen I don't know if you checked my page. We just, but I had an event called Gods and Angels, and my costume or my outfit was all about the original goddess. Okay. And it was a mixture of all set, and Oshun was the yellow, and my friend also came as Oshun. So what about blues for Yumaya? Yeah, I did a Yumaya baby shower for my friend. It was so great. After all, they compared the womb to the ocean. Absolutely. Yeah. It's okay. I appreciate you, sis. Okay, cool. White light actually wipes memory during child, helping them to forget more of who they are and who they were. Okay. So when you think about the rebirthing process, there are actually things that called the rebirthing process where they like take you through the whole birth canal, like stuff like that. But, we're back. We're going to answer these questions, but, we're good. This is Goddess Talk. We are back. This is our last couple minutes, okay? So 5 and 7, just dropping all the questions today, and I love it. But yeah, white light actually does wipe memory during childbirth, helping them to forget more of who they are. And I said who they were. Right. Because a lot of people don't believe in reincarnation, but a lot of us do.
I do.
And the thing is, recalling your birthing experience or recalling who you were. How many different lifetimes do you feel you've come through? How many different experiences? Because I feel like we're reliving experiences in different spaces. I feel like I've been definitely a man a couple times because I have such masculine energy, but then I feel like I've been a woman so many times as well. But I think this life...
Do you think that's what deja vu is?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
So me and my friend, we always talk about this stuff. I was like, yo, I know you. I've known you before. And I was telling him basically... like coming back, I feel like this time around is really the merging, because we have to have balance within ourselves. And I feel like each time before I was imbalanced, so I had more masculine, more feminine. This time I'm really merging. I'm really coming to my center. I'm really like reaching that next dimensional situation to really just finally be whole and feel good, and you know what, withstand everything and everyone and just be me. So that's me as far as reincarnation.
I started really believing in reincarnation when my friends started having children, because they would just say some very odd things.
My brother.
Children are just like,
yes.
Yo, where did you get that from? Like, just things that they do that, like, in one sense, it's just kind of creepy.
Yeah.
But on the other end, it's like,
it's
how?
Beautiful.
How
it's
do
so
you
beautiful.
know this? How do you...
Yeah, so my family's Nigerian, and we're Yoruba. Okay, so people say Yoruba, but it's Yoruba. That's how it's pronounced. And there's a lot that goes with being that entity. And my brother's name is Baba Tunde. Okay, so Baba has arrived or has come back. So he was the first child born after my grandfather died. And Tunde would say certain things as a kid. You should be looking at him like, boy, you wasn't even over there at that time. So when he was a baby, my mom always told me this story. She was dropping off my other brother at school. And Tunde would just say, yeah, when we were in Nigeria, it was like, boy, you was born in America. You was not in Nigeria. We haven't been back since, I was a kid. But he's always said certain things. And he's such an old soul. When you hear somebody say somebody's an old soul, that they've been here before, understand that is very true. You know what I'm saying? When you think about certain deaths, that's why, people, they should appreciate the death of someone. Because you're being re-gifted that person. They're allowed to relive in a different space. So we should mourn, you know what I'm saying?
But it's a celebration.
But you celebrate life. And that's the thing about us. We always celebrate life. So after somebody's death, there's like 40 days afterwards. If you think about 40 is always a big number in the Bible, right? But 40 days afterwards, you celebrate the life of the person. So you have a whole celebration. You don't mourn in 40 days. No, you celebrate. I was like, look, my funeral is going to be a big party. Period.
Like, listen, my thing
Don't
is,
do it. Just have a big party.
Put me in the oven, throw me in the ocean, and have a party. Okay?
And that's the place I want to be. Put me back in the water because I know that's where I come from.
And let me go.
Absolutely. All right. So the next thing, how do you feel about practicing manifestation? Boy, we've been talking about all that today. I have learned that when you do something 10,000 times or 10,000 hours worth, you become a master. Absolutely. I'm a rapper, singer, jewelry maker. Just tag Afroganics and send me some things, DM me some pictures or videos, and I'll post it. I'm an expert on metaphysics. How do I get on the show?
Ooh.
Are you in Tampa? If not, I'm booked to like July to have guests on the show. But if you want to call in when we have the person who's going to be here, or just call in general, you're definitely welcome to drop some names.
Come on,
some things.
Show.
Huh?
Andre Hill show.
Andre Hill show is Saturdays, 9 o'clock. So they do discuss metaphysics and astrology during that show. I love that name. Same here. I cannot stand the pretentious behavior of the church dweller. They are almost as bad as the mountain dweller.
Oh, God.
Yo, let me tell you, we used to talk about mountain dwellers growing up. All right, I'm going to skip that one. Everything before the Bible is true. I'm trying to see, do you have any other questions? The average Christian perishes due to lack of knowledge. All right. What's up, Blue? We just talking about, we have so many things, comments in here. I'm trying to see. Obelisk, yes. And the Tekanu, yes. Definitely left the church. There's a couple people in here talking about they left the church. What's up, y'all? We are together.
And especially I think for people in our age group, where we're exposed to so much different things now, and so many different ways of living life that we have this urge to just want to make people feel comfortable and make ourselves feel comfortable. And I think the strict structured definition of church takes away from that ability to just feel good about yourself and about life. And we do want to feel.
And I feel like our parents' generation and before, like my parents are baby boomers time, right? And I posted something a couple weeks ago where it's like our generation, we're so busy. I felt like, going for those degrees that our parents said we needed, or the society said that we needed, that we lost our creativity or the things that we truly wanted to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, I knew I wanted to be a business owner, but I really knew I wanted to help people. I wanted to heal, right? And I didn't want to be a doctor specifically. I didn't want to, be a lawyer. I just want to heal in a different way. But a lot of people, I feel, are coming back to who their passions. their hobbies where it gives them such good vibes and relief. So
that's all. I think that's all we try to go for. Now. Like,
I just want a good vibe, man.
Listen, I just want no debt and a good vibe.
Look, somebody want to pay off this about. I'll say it's a good couple $100K. All right, I got a student loan because I was working on my doctorate and I dropped out after 5 years. Okay, so I was about a year. I should graduate this year.
That's okay.
And, you know, I don't regret it. Yeah. I had to do it for me because I felt like I was doing it for other people. And it's like, no, I can't do this anymore.
Yeah.
I just want to be for me.
Yeah.
And that was the most freeing thing when I finally just said, you know what? It's all right. Somebody's calling in. Who's on the line? This is God is Talk. Who's on the line? Hello? Hey, Blue. How are you? Good. What's up? Hey, O'Neal. What's up? We're good. What's up? What's your question? Okay. Absolutely. Yeah, and everybody I think is coming back to source. And so when you think about God, the body of Christ and all those things, like the Bible was really, I think if you reread it in a different context, it's really just about you. You know what I'm saying? You are the body. You are the manifestation. So when you treat yourself as a source, when you treat yourself as God, as the Christ and stuff like that, it's mind changing. And I think, but thank you, Blue. That was great.
I think something that gets often forgotten too is the one thing that gets repeated over and over and over and over is above all love. Yeah. And it's not romance. Yes. It's not sexual. It's literally just, yo, you're my person.
I love you. Like, legit, I love you.
And I love you. I want you to be happy. Yeah. I want you to be cool. Like, I accept you for who you are. Everything else, that's between you and whatever it is that you deal with and what you believe. But it's above all love. And that's what it is taught in every religion. Yeah. And every type of spirituality and every type of thing, and that gets lost. Yeah. And people forget that, and they try to make it everything else, and they try to pick and choose what they want, and it's just like, yo, just love somebody and move on.
And that's what Blue Robin, he's the artist. He was at Gods and Angels. It was really his show and our testimony, but it was all about love. So he considers himself the artist of love. Yeah. So shout out to Blue. We had a great show tonight. Djenee will be back, yo. We had a great. Thank you so much for the interaction on Instagram, on Facebook. Like, this was a dope, new season. So we'll see you next Thursday. All right, bye.
Thank you.
Peace. This is dope.
I loved it.
All right, y'all. Djenee, we'll drop your contact info if anybody needs. But thank you so much. 5 and 7 building peace. We gotta connect. Please. We gotta talk. But thank you so much, everybody. Djenee is out. We'll be back next Thursday. Actually, next Wednesday I have an event, and then Thursday. So check out my Facebook and Instagram, God is Talk and Afro-Organics. You'll see all the stuff that I got going on. But appreciate you coming. And y'all have a wonderful night. Peace.
Cool.